So what should I mark in that first triangle? And I have the chat box open, so you can chat me if you want. We need opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. So if I start with the angle and I draw a line straight through the triangle to the other side, those are all the O's. Opposite, 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 opposite. How do I find the hypotenuse? Absolutely, Rayanne. So opposite that right angle, that's going to be the hypotenuse. That's going to be the hypotenuse. It's going to be the hypotenuse and the hypotenuse. And then the other one is the adjacent, right? So adjacent, 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 and adjacent. Does that make sense? So now I got to go through and figure out what I have and what I can get rid of, right? So I have information on the H and I have information on the O, but I don't have anything on the A. So in that second one, what letter should I cross out? The H, the O, or the A? So in this second one, what letter should I cross out? The O, the A, or the H? Which one do I not have any information on? Absolutely. I've got an O and I've got an A, but I have no H. What about the third one? What do I cross out there? Which side has no information? And this third one, which side has no information? Here I've got an A and I've got an H, so I'm missing a O. Nice, Sierra. And then what about the last one? So I have information on A, I have information on O, and I have no H. So if I'm thinking about whether I'm going to use sine, cosine, or tangent, if I have O and H, oops, I thought I had a pen there. If I have O and H, I'm going to use sine. So that's going to be a sine function. Here I have O and A, so that's going to be tangent. Oops. So here, if I have A and H, I'm going to use the CA. And then what would the last one be? SOH, CAH, or TOA? The very last one. If I have an A and an O, which of those three kind of letter sets up at the top have an O and an A? Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to stop sharing. I want you to do the exact same thing for slide 5 and slide 6. Okay, talk to each other. You can chat each other if you want. Somebody brave can share a slide. Okay, call me in if you need me. Hey guys, how are we?
I'll just put O on the 49.
Michael, is that you working or is that Naya you working? Who's sharing though? Whose slides are they? Okay. So Michael, if you use that segment tool to make a line segment going from the 49 to the A in that first triangle, that's going to be the O. So you need to flip-flop the A and the O, and that is the most common mistake. So opposite that angle on the other side of the triangle, that X is the O. I'm so impressed with how you can control that with the mouse pad. So if we look at the second one, what should be on the opposite side if we make a line segment straight from the 48 through the center of the triangle to the other side? That should be an O2. Yeah. And you had it perfect in the second two. So I know you know what you're doing. Yep. Which means the 12 is the, Nice. And then we've got O and H and O and H. So now what I want you to do is choose another color, and we're going to cross out the side where we have no information. So on that first triangle with the 49 degrees, we've got H is 15 and O is X. So we're going to cross off the, And then what would you cross off in the next triangle? Perfect. Excellent job. So then the next thing we're going to do when we get back into the regular room, if we go back to our first triangle with the 49, I just realized there's two triangles with 49. So the first one with the 49, we've got an H and an O. So we're going to use sign, that SOH. And in the next one, we've got O and A. So we're going to use TOA, TOA. Okay, but that's what we're going to talk about right now. So I'll meet you back in the main room. Welcome back, everybody. Were you able to get through at least one slide? Yeah.
I don't know how to move the letters, like how you move them in the first slide. I don't know how to move them.
So in the first slide, you can only move those if you're in the Google Slides. If you're in a Pear Deck, I can only put one tool in a Pear Deck slide, which is frustrating to me. So I can either allow you to move dots around, or I can allow you to draw on it. So I just always give you the drawing tool because I feel like that's the most flexible tool. If you open the Google Slides, which are also attached, that's the version that I'm looking at. And then it's harder to draw on stuff, but then you can drag it around. So I kind of give you both so you can figure out which way you like better. I know that that's not probably the answer you want, but that's the answer I got. So I'm on slide 5. What is the 12? Is that the O, the A, or the H? H. And what? We're going to do a couple more together to make sure you have the pattern. And then I'm going to let you do a couple on your own and see how we do. So if you meet me on slide 8, let me know if I'm going too fast, by the way, because I do have a tendency to do that. If you're ready to move on to slide 9, I want you to try slide 9 on your own. Okay. Identify the O, the A, and the H. Figure out whether you need sine, cosine, or tangent. Create the proportion and solve it. Beware of x's in the denominator. Give you back control of your screen. We've got 3 more slides, 10, 11, and 12. And we've got 15 more minutes. So what I'd like to do is have you guys work on 10, 11, and 12 in the Pear Deck. And just give a shout out if you get stuck on one. Slide 10 is where you're going to have your x's in the denominator. So when you're ready, you want to talk about it, let me know. Nice, Victoria. Now you just need to divide by tangent of 47. Rayanne, excellent. Now you're going to do O over A instead of A over O, O over A. TOA. Tangent, opposite, hypotenuse. Yeah. It is going to be 11 divided by tangent of 46. That's exactly it. Yep. Gabe, you've set up those equations perfectly. Now you just need to solve them. So multiply by x and then divide. Yeah. Julia, you labeled your triangle perfectly. Your fraction is upside down. So tangent of 46 equals 11 over x. You even wrote the TOA perfectly. It's O over A instead of A over 8. So TOA, T-O-A, tangent, opposite, adjacent. Nice. For those who are working on slide 10, I'm going to let you work for another couple minutes and then we'll review it.
Can you check my Pear Deck real quick, Miss
I can, absolutely. Which slide are you on, Michael? Because I'm looking by slide. 10. So tangent of 46 equals 11 over x. That's absolutely right. So if you solve that, you would multiply by x and then divide by tangent of 46. So in the calculator, you're going to end up with 11 divided by tangent of 46. Yep. Nice, Alexis. That's perfect. It's so hard to write fractions in Pear Deck. The city's trying to buy us a math equation editor thing that would be really cool. You can actually use your touchscreen on your phone and then send it to the computer. It's one of the functions. It'd be super cool. Awesome. So let me take over your screen again and let's talk about number 10. Pause the video, go back here and just kind of run through what I expect you to do for tomorrow and Thursday. So again, tomorrow and Thursday, I will be at a conference. I will not be here. You get to sleep in a little bit as long as you get your work done later. So inverse trig, you're going to learn something new tomorrow. Okay. I want you to go into this folder, do the warm-up. In the warm-up, there's a Pear Deck link. It is another SOL practice. I'm looking for your work. After you do it, go to the YouTube video and review what you did. Okay, that's me talking. It's not another teacher, so you'll at least have a familiar voice. After you do the warm-up, go into inverse trig. Inverse trig is just going to tweak what we did today a little tiny bit. So again, there's a Pear Deck link so you can show your work just like we did today. There's also the Google Slides. So in order to get to the videos and the answers, you need to have the Google Slides. In order to show your work, you want to be on the Pear Deck. So this YouTube link is going to take you to a video of me doing these first handful of slides. On the second page, this is Miss Kimbrough explaining inverse trig. So if you don't understand it from me, go to her video. So there's two different videos, but you can't access them on the Pear Deck. You have to access them on the Google Slides. Here if you slide this over, all of our answer choices are right there. So once you do these 4 problems, you can move that little bubble and your answer choices are there. This is what I showed you at the beginning of class. Same thing here. You're going to be solving for an angle, so you're going to do something a little bit different, but it's still going to be opposite and hypotenuse. It's going to be sine. There's just going to be one little trick that you've got to do. And then your answer is right here. So again, you're going to do the pear deck, right, to show your work, and then you're going to come to the Google Slides to get your answers. Does that make sense? Sort of maybe. Got a lot of links here. Okay. The last thing tomorrow, after you kind of work through all of the problems, and again, if you have friends in the class, get together and do them together. The warm-up, the inverse trig, and the notes. Then there is a 12-question homework. So I just want to make sure that I have set this up right and it is open. Yep. So this will be enabled until next Monday for you to do. You have 2 attempts. So make sure you use all of those. Some of them are going to be trig. Some of them are going to be inverse trig. Some of them are going to be Pythagorean theorem. So they're going to be all mixed up tomorrow. And then some of them are going to be kind of review. Okay. Questions on that? Okay. Thursday's the same thing. It's a pear deck warm up. It's a review that, again, I hope you guys will do together because I think there's power in working in groups. And then Friday, I will see you with any and all questions that you have. Come see me during office hours on Thursday. Even though I'm not in class tomorrow on Thursday, I will be in office hours. Okay? That's class, guys. It's 8:50. You have 5 minutes to get to your second block class. I hope you have a great day.
Talk to you tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye.
Deja, you want to go over 10 real fast? Oh, she already left. Khalees, how you doing? Am I going to see you on Thursday? Hopefully. Okay, I'm going to go to my next class.